So we can see here in this question, write an algorithm to insert an element into the queue data structure. Correct? So in a queue, if let me draw it for you, then you'll be able to clearly understand. There will be memory blocks. Okay, in queue or whatever it is, there will be memory block. The back portion of the queue, that is called rear. This is front. So they're telling to insert an element into this particular thing. I have to insert an element. Correct? For example, how many blocks are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. If there are elements, if the memory is full, for example, all the elements are occupied in this. Okay, for example, everything is occupied. In the sense, just take our memory card. 1 GB memory card is there, divided into 4 sides. Okay, so what is 1 GB? Well, let us take 4 GB. So this is 1 GB, this is 1 GB, this is 1 GB, 1 GB. So each block is filled with 1 GB. Then can I insert one more data with 1 GB? No, right? For example, I have got a 4 GB memory card with me. Okay, and I have got 4 movies in it. So each movie is 1 GB. So can I insert one more movie with 1 GB or 2 GB? No, right? Why? Because the memory card is full. Same concept only is applied here. If rear is equal to n minus 1, what is my rear here? This particular thing. If rear is equal to n minus 1. So what is my n here? Number of term is 4. Correct? Number of term is 4. So if the element here, the memory will start here from how much? 0, 1, 2, 3. Correct? A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, and A of 3. That's how the memory will start. Correct? So number of elements is how much totally? Totally it is 4. Correct? Totally there are 4 elements. Correct? 4 minus 1, what is it? 3. So which means if I am getting A of 3, if I am getting 3, in the sense what? All the 4 elements are there in this, or all the 4 GB is there. So Q is full. Else if I am getting something like 2 or 1, something like 2 or 1 if I am getting, if the number of elements is 3 here. So here 1, 2 and 3. So which means in Q, where will be the elements? So one more block is free, right? Correct? So which means we will add, we will put one more thing. Rear is equal rear plus 1. So 3 plus 1 will become 4 in this particular case. Hence we can add element. Correct? This time we are adding our 1 GB movie thing. That's all. So Q of rear is equal to element. So that's how we add the element in this. Is it clear? Very good. Then I'll go to the next one. Next question is explain a different operation performed on a stack. So we should understand what is a stack. So we all had CD player at home. So let's consider a CD rack is there. What is it? CD rack. This is my CD rack. Okay. So I can place what? CD here. No, I can place CD fully. Up to this fully I can place CD. CD rack. Till this I can place. Above this, can I place a CD? No, I cannot place a CD above this. So which means push. Push meaning insert one more CD into the stack. So stack, how is it? Last in, first out, LIFO. The last CD I have pushed into this, I can take it out first. LIFO, last in first out. Push meaning insert. Pop meaning delete. Delete in the sense remove the CD from the CD rack. That's all. But in examination, we should not write remove the CD from the CD rack. Correct? CD rack is nothing but what? Our stack. Stack or our CD rack. Don't write an examination about CD rack. We won't get marks. We should write stack. That's it. So this example, the CD rack is only for you to understand the real-time objects. Peak. Peak is nothing but top of the CD, which means top element in the CD rack is called what? Peak. That's all. Clear? That's the thing. So scope resolution operator and all I have discussed. Okay, what is the purpose of scope resolution operator? Correct? It's just like a friend function. So friend function uses scope resolution operator for accessing the member function inside the class. Okay. For example, if I got any other function outside the class, and if I have to access it, it should be a friend function and it should use the scope resolution operator. Function overloading also we have discussed. Doing the same constructor is fine. Inheritance. For example, if I am a science student, so this is a student thing, correct? One of the teacher will be teaching me chemistry. One of the teacher will be teaching me physics. One of the teacher will be teaching me maths. But you will be learning chemistry, physics, and maths. So you'll have all the properties, or you will gain knowledge from all of these teachers. That is a simple example for inheritance. Relational operator. Equal to meaning checking. Okay, it means what? Checking or comparing. Less than x less than y, x less than equal to y. Correct? Whether it is false or true, that's all. This. Modem. We all use Wi-Fi in our home, correct? So Wi-Fi can be only work through what? Modem respectively. We need modem. So that is not a big thing. Repeater. Okay, so the repeater is very important thing which I'll be explaining down below. For example, let's go down here. This particular one, the repeater. REPEATER. In the repeater part, the main function of repeater is, suppose I am having a modem in my first floor, but I am having also third floor also is there. Third floor, the signal strength of Wi-Fi is less. Signal is very less in third floor. So if I use a repeater, I can amplify the signal. What is it? Amplify. Amplify meaning boost. Boost or increase the signal by using a repeater. Fine. So that is a function of our repeater respectively. WUB. Okay, so in WUB, the main function of WUB is nothing but if I am having 2 or more laptops at home. Okay, fine. I can connect a network. I can connect network through which what will happen? I can access any files. To connect multiple computers, we use what? WUB. To connect multiple computers, we use WUB. Yes. If there is any doubt, please let me know the same. Okay, sorry, hub. Thank you. It's hub, yeah. Okay, no problem. HUB hub. So coming to the last one, bridge. So bridge is actually used for what? For example, let me just take one thing. So we'll take a real-time example itself. There are two buildings, correct? And I have to access the same files. I have to access the same files. At that time, I'll use bridge connections. So this Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, we can access the Prime Video, everything, or YouTube also, YouTube. Everything uses bridge connection respectively. That's all. So if you are able to remember these things, it's very easy for us to get it. And yes, it is not WUB, it's a hub. Okay. Router. Router also we will be using at home, correct? We will be using at home if the data or the Wi-Fi signal is less. To boost up the network signals, we use router respectively. So coming to this memory representation. Okay. Of two-dimensional array. Array can be represented by what? A, two-dimensional, which means what? Two square brackets I have to put. That is a simple representation. Correct. And this one is called what? Row. This one is called column. That is only there put here. A of 0. What is A of A meaning? Location. That's all. So you have to just write this particular thing. More than enough. Okay. So please see my array and this video section. You'll be able to understand that. Clear? And what are the three operations performed in pointer? What is the purpose of a pointer? First point in the pointer operator is nothing but address operator. Address, which means ampersand symbol. Correct? Ampersand symbol representatively. Second thing, this star. Correct? So what is the purpose of this? The star symbol. This is called the dereference operator. Dereference operator. First is the address operator. Second is the asterisk symbol, dereference operator. What is the purpose of dereference operator? It points to the address of the memory location. And what is the address? In address, data will be stored. So these are the most important function of a pointer. 3 operations I told. One is ampersand, other is asterisk. Then what all one more thing we can do with the help of pointer? The lot of operations are there. I can give you plenty of operation. Correct? We can do other things are addition. Addition of number. Subtraction. Subtraction of 2 pointers you can do. Then multiplication of 2 pointers. Multiplication of 2 pointers. Then comparison of 2 pointers. Comparison, I can check whether the 2 pointers are equal. So there are around 6 to 7 operations. Whichever you feel as easy, you can note down this thing. Yes. Out of these 6, whichever you feel easy, you can, yes, you can write addition, subtraction, then comparison will be fine. Okay, comparison of 2 pointers. To check what is comparison? To check whether the 2 pointers are equal or not. Clear? Yeah. So Bhumika, I'll do one thing. I'll exit the meeting. Okay, and I'll edit it a little bit. Clear? And I will send you the recordings. Fine? I'll do that today. So now you understood these things, right? Correct? So whichever is easy for you, you can study that. Yes. Others you can. Fine, Bhumika? Yeah. So that's it. You can end the meeting now. I have to do some editing work in this. Okay, because of the WEB thing. I have to edit it and then I'll give you correctly. Fine. So I may send you the recording tomorrow. So tomorrow by around 1 p.m. you kindly remember me to send me the recording. Fine. 12 o'clock you can send me to remind you the same. Fine, Bhumika. Yeah. Okay then. Study well, work hard, write down each and everything. Fine. Write down multiple times. Fine. Yeah. So that's it. Okay, then. Take care and bye-bye. Yeah. Bye. So today I'm just ending the session. Oh, no problem. Welcome.